This book has a bad title. Dawn is going undercover as a babysitter? No, she's not pretending to be a babysitter. She is a babysitter. It doesn't count as going undercover if you're being yourself in your normal life.
Argofont Book Review, Argofont Book Review.
This book was written by Ellen Miles. Dawn is in Stony Brook for the summer. Her brother Jeff left early for reasons that aren't explained. Dawn has a scheduling problem when her friends Emily and Erica both want to hang out with her at the same time. Nice try, book. I know for a fact that Dawn doesn't have any friends in Connecticut outside of the Babysitters Club. The mystery takes place at the enormous Livingston Manor. Arthur Livingston died last year, and all three of his daughters have come to settle the estate. Mrs. Cornell and Mrs. Keats hate each other so much they hire separate babysitters for their kids. The cousins have never met each other. Amy Livingston is the youngest daughter, and she seems to have a special connection with the handsome butler, John Irving. The babysitters are suspicious of John because he's under 30. I don't know why they think you can't be a butler unless you're old. As the cover shows, there is an ugly portrait of Arthur Livingston, which gets mentioned several times. He had a portrait of himself done every year. It must be nice to be stupid rich. After the sitting job, Dawn meets a gossipy lawyer named Lynn Yorio. Yorio explains that Mr. Livingston gave each of his daughters a riddle. Whoever solves the riddle first inherits everything. Hey, that's the same thing Carrie Retland did in the previous mystery book. Maybe they should ask him for help. For the sake of the story, the feuding moms change their minds and decide their kids can hang out with each other. The kids lead the babysitters on a grand tour of the house. In the library, Amy says her clue is the first is always the most important. That's not helpful. I think her dad cheated her by giving her a bad clue. John talks differently around Amy, and he knows what the babysitters did. Was he spying on them? On the next babysitting job, they explore the attic. It looks like someone's been using the clothing here. Dawn should really tell one of the adults about this. Dawn has more scheduling problems. She's supposed to watch 2 movies on the same night and go to the pool with 2 separate people. As a result, Marianne goes into her normal angry mode, where she sulks constantly and says backhanded insults like, "Gee, I guess I'm not that important to you." Abby sets up a treasure hunt for the kids, so we get another chapter of the babysitters searching the house for clues. Just like last time, the investigation goes nowhere because they have no idea what they're looking for. It's hard to find an item if you don't know what it is. One of the kids reveals the second riddle is the signature tells all. Abby and Dawn waste everyone's time copying down signatures on plates and things like that. They are shocked to find a check which is signed A. Livingston. Clearly, Amy wrote the check. She is A. Livingston, after all. Abby totally freaks out and decides Old Man Livingston's secretly still alive. Seriously, Abby? Why are you jumping to wild conclusions? You also share the initial A with a family member. When the kids learn about the treasure hunt, they, and Amy, force their moms to stop fighting and work together. The third clue is I didn't do it! I was blank. Everyone's super confused and wonders what word fits in the blank. Obviously the word is framed. It refers to the ugly portrait. That riddle is so direct, it's unfair to the others. Remember, Amy's riddle is the first is most important. It's pretty hard to get check the portrait from that. Dawn messes up her schedule with Marianne a 3rd time. I didn't know Dawn was so unorganized. Usually these books say Dawn is super organized compared to her mom, but if Dawn is having this much trouble, she should give her calendar to Marianne and let Marianne figure it out. Marianne's great at avoiding scheduling conflicts. The solution to the mystery comes to Dawn in a dream. She tells everyone, and get this, Amy and John's big secret? I thought they were dating, but no, it's far less believable. John is secretly their long-lost brother. He ran away from home when he was 17. Dad lied and said he was dead. John never bothered to contact anyone, and none of his relatives recognized him. I guess there's no family resemblance there. Instead of telling his sisters the truth, "Hey, I'm still alive, everyone! Where are my 10 years of birthday presents?" No, he decided to pose as a butler. He didn't have butler clothes, so he stole Dad's suits from the attic. The final 3 chapters are parties. There's a party with the neighborhood kids, with Dawn's school friends, and a BSC sleepover. She has a family day party with her family members. Marianne and Dawn give each other identical going-away presents, which is cute. Last, there's a pool party at the Livingstons, where they decide the real treasure is the friends they made along the way.
You helped us find our true inheritance, each other.
No, I'm pretty sure becoming millionaires was the real inheritance. The end. Post-book follow-up. The ebook edition spells Dawn's last name incorrectly. I know Schafer is hard to spell, but that's pretty embarrassing. I did not like the mystery in this book. There's too much pointless exploring. The book tries to make John, Amy, and the lawyer look suspicious, but that didn't work well because there's no culprit or crimes. It's hard to make someone look guilty when there's nothing they're guilty of doing. The closest we get to a crime is John lying about his identity, which had a ridiculous explanation attached to it. I would suggest adding a fake-out accident to create more mystery. Say one of the kids is almost injured, everyone wonders if the culprit is desperate enough to kill to get the inheritance. I didn't like the subplot of Dawn's scheduling problems. She's never hung out with Erica or Emily before. Why are they suddenly taking up all of her free time? The party segment at the end went on for far too long, in my opinion. I'm willing to overlook it in this case, because this is Dawn's last book. It's not the worst idea ever to send Dawn off with a big party, even if she's already had a ton of farewell parties. Overall, it's a bad mystery. It's not the silly kind of bad, like Dawn and the Surfer Ghost. It's just a bad mystery with flat characters who make decisions, like, I will pretend to be a butler, because the plot demands it, not because their motivations make sense. I give Babysitter's Club Mystery number 26, Dawn Schafer, Undercover Babysitter, a 1 out of 10.